What's up, everybody? John Tyler here at Everything Crypto. I feel like lately I have brought so many bad news, and obviously it's not my fault. It's the freaking market and all this FUD. But hey, it's my job to keep you guys up to date with the latest. But guess what? Today I'm actually bringing you great news. We're going to talk about the Cardano 2021 Summit and some really great partnerships that have been developed. Great news behind this surrounding Cardano, Chainlink. So in this video, we'll center around these topics. And of course, we'll also be doing technical analysis of Bitcoin and Ethereum as always. And on top of that, we will be doing technical analysis of Cardano and Chainlink as well. These are great projects. We'll talk about them a little bit on this video, and we'll also expand on these news, which are going to be bullish news in the long term. So get excited. Let's go. Before we get into Cardano and the exciting things that happen at the summit, first of all, let's recap real quick what's going on the market, and then we'll dive in straight into Cardano. So the market is actually down quite significant. We're now at 1.8 trillion. So between yesterday, which was around 1.9 trillion, we're now down to the 1.8 trillion level. Obviously, this is not very good for the market. It's not very ideal that we're losing some market capitalization. But then again, with all this FUD, with all these news, things haven't been really bullish lately. Just looking at the overall market right now, we can see that the 24-hour gainers are DYDX, eCash, Axie Infinity, OKB, Uniswap, Waves, Seller Network, right, with gains anywhere from 0.35% all the way until 11%. And then as far as the biggest losers for today, we have Luna with 10.90%, Ren at 9.41%, Filecoin at 9.05%, DCR, Tezos as well, and Cosmos. So Cardano by market cap is actually number 4 on the list. So before we get into the news, for those of you who don't know, what is Cardano? Cardano is actually one of the top cryptocurrencies right now on the market. It's a very solid project. The founder of Cardano, which is Charles Hoskinson, is actually a freaking genius. Really like what he's doing with the project. For those of you who don't know, he was actually one of the founders of Ethereum, and he founded Cardano. Cardano is actually meant to improve upon where Ethereum and Bitcoin failed. Cardano is a proof-of-stake blockchain platform. Some of the technology behind Cardano and its use cases allow for it to host decentralized apps and also smart contracts. And just as an example, one of the Cardano real-world use cases is stated right here, where it's actually used by agricultural companies to track fresh produce from field to fork, while other products built on the platform allow educational credentials to be stored in a tamper-proof way, and retailers to clamp down on counterfeit goods. And if you guys want to really deep dive on Cardano, you can go to cardano.org. And here it gives you a clear definition of Cardano being a proof-of-stake blockchain developed into a decentralized application, multi-asset ledger, and verifiable smart contracts. I really suggest you guys, if you don't know anything about Cardano, really watch this video. It's a little bit lengthy, but here's Charles Hoskinson actually explaining what Cardano is, and I think it gives really good foundation, even for those who don't know cryptocurrency. Honestly, the first 10 minutes of this are very dumbed down, and he really is good at explaining what the first generation of cryptocurrency was, which is Bitcoin, what the second gen was, which was Ethereum, and then what Cardano is, which is the third gen, and how Cardano improves upon the mistakes of the previous two, and much more. And I think you guys will get a lot of value just watching this video as to what Cardano is and what it's setting to accomplish. So some of the top news with Cardano: they recently had a 2021 summit where they announced a lot of exciting news, including these partnerships with Dish Network and Chainlink. For those of you who don't know, Chainlink is another cryptocurrency, which is one of the top projects out there. The tie-up with Chainlink will allow added support for developers working on the Cardano blockchain to develop smart contracts, as it says here. Here's Charles Hoskinson, and It says Ethereum blockchain rival Cardano and TV and wireless service provider Dish Network said they've entered a deal to help Dish integrate the Cardano blockchain into its telecom business and help provide digital identity to Dish customers. And obviously, this is huge. The Dish Network is actually a publicly traded company, and it's amazing to see a cryptocurrency project actually integrate with a real world giant in the telecom industry, such as Dish Network. And this, of course, is really, really good news, not only for Cardano, but the whole crypto space, as now we can start seeing crypto advance. And I always talk about adoption, and getting adopted more is always good for its progression. And like I said earlier, Cardano partnered with Chainlink to help developers build smart contracts for secure DeFi applications. Now let's talk about Chainlink. Since this is who Cardano just partnered with, it's good to talk about Chainlink and what they are. So Chainlink securely connects smart contracts with off-chain data and services. Chainlink decentralized Oracle networks provide tamper-proof inputs, outputs, and computations to support smart contracts on any blockchain. For those of you who don't know, smart contracts are basically, think of a contract, right? Like, let's say you're going to purchase a house, and there's a contract in between, uh, and there's an agreement obviously there for the price, and any other details about the house that you're buying, any conditions and all of that. And obviously this contract has to be signed by these two parties, and whatever happens has to be executed. But what's the issue of traditional contracts nowadays is that they can be easily tampered with, destroyed, lost, or changed. But smart contracts aims to change that completely by not only making these executions electronically, but make them very secure through decentralization, where it basically becomes tamper proof and there's no way to change anything, and the contracts will execute automatically. So these contracts are basically built on coding language. Some other news, as far as Chainlink applications, Chainlink has also partnered with Google Cloud by integrating its weather data from Google Cloud. They also have a partnership with telecom giant Swisscom, and they have launched Chainlink Oracle node for their DeFi data. So again, this is what we really need to see: crypto, blockchain, or smart contracts being integrated with real world companies, and just having these real world use cases is what promotes the furthering of this industry. All right, guys, on to some technical analysis of Bitcoin. Nothing much has happened from the last video. We talked about the fact that seeing a rejection in this area above would potentially drive the price down, which is exactly what happened. And this would go about 50%, tap about 50% of this demand area, and then we would expect a bounce back, which so far it's a little early to tell, but it seems like this is what Bitcoin's price is trying to do. It's trying to bounce back. And if this scenario does play out, then we'll likely see a bounce back to 44,000 realm to $45,000. And from this point, depending on whether we still have FOD, and also depending on what happens Thursday with the infrastructure bill, we could be seeing a rejection on the bearish scenario. We could be seeing a rejection from the $44,000 and a further downtrend. And of course, if we do end up breaking below this point, which is around $39,000, then we could be revisiting the $36,000 zone. Onto some Ethereum, similar situation to Bitcoin. Last time we looked at this, we had tapped into this and we saw a slight rejection, and now we get to see the full-on rejection. And then we entered the demand zone just as I had projected. We are now around 50%, and so expect to see a potential rejection of this area. And same as Bitcoin, we're probably going to try to tap this resistance again. And again, depending on whether there's more FUD or what happens this Thursday with the infrastructure bill, if there are any more negative news of any nature, I think we will definitely be seeing another rejection. And this time, it's likely that we break through this support and go revisit even levels even further down. And I think the next level to watch out if that happens would be around 2600 and 2400. Now on the bullish scenario, ideally we would want to break this level right here, as this would confirm an uptrend. So that would have to happen first before we see some form of retracement, potentially around this, potentially flipping this resistance to support, and then going further up and blasting through this key level of resistance between 3300 and 3400. Let's look at Cardano, perform some technical analysis. So with Cardano, we had a dip as a result of the FUD, of course, of the latest FUD, and now we came up here. We had a small uptrend, but this ended up being broken, and then it ended up hitting this resistance level, which has now been invalidated since we've gone through it, so we can get rid of that. And now we're actually looking at, let me delete this. We're actually looking at this level at the moment. It's where currently Cardano is tapping in. And then as always, this could go up to 50%, and then we could see some form of rejection. Now, to form an uptrend for Cardano, we would probably need to take out this level first, which is around $2.29. And then after taking out that level, you could probably expect some form of retest. And hopefully after that, we could bounce back to the next key level, which I believe I had marked here before. Yes, which would be around $2.60 or $2.70. Bearish scenario for Cardano, if we do break through this key resistance, then we're probably looking at this level as the next level to watch out for, anywhere between $1.90 to $1.70. Now let's look at Link. With Link, actually resembles Ethereum a little bit, but we had the dip, which was also due to the FUD, and we basically have now formed a double top resistance here at around $25.45. So again, same concept, right? We need to break through that first to have a confirmation of an uptrend or some kind of intent in changing the trend. For now, until we don't see that, we shouldn't place any trades or do anything. And then of course we have a level of liquidity right here. So this will be a strong level of support, that's for sure. However, that doesn't mean it cannot be broken through. So we still need to see, again, what happens with the price and how these levels play out. But as far as how things could go, if in a bullish scenario, we could see Chainlink potentially bounce back at around 50% of this, so maybe around here, or it could be earlier, but generally these do tend to tap to 50% before there's a bounce back here. And then of course, in a bullish scenario, for the next time we hit this resistance, we should be able to break out, flip this resistance into support, and then continue the uptrend and potentially to the next key level, which would be around here at $27-29. And then the next key level after that would be up here anywhere between $32.57 to $36.34. So that's on a bullish scenario for Chainlink. On a bearish scenario, of course, we do have a potential bounce here and then a potential rejection. And the next time we're rejected, we may actually be breaking through this support. And if that does happen, then we're looking at headed towards our next point of, or next level of support, which would be anywhere between $19.90 to $18.43. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this gets you excited for Cardano, Chainlink, and what's to come. I know there's negative news right now. I know there's a lot of FOD, but just hang in there. Things will flip. And just so you know, historically, October has been a bearish month, or has tended to be a bearish month for crypto in general. So, sorry, not October, September. So we're almost through the month. Let's see what happens in October. Maybe things will lighten up, and we will potentially still have that bull run we've been waiting for. I still think we're in a bull cycle. I don't think this is over. Right now we're in a short-term bear market, but we should see things recover very, very, very soon. We have been experiencing a lot of significant dips, a lot of volume and price drop, and as I keep reiterating, we really think the bears are exhausted, and there will be a point sooner rather than later where things will reverse. Definitely be ready for when that happens. All right, guys. If you really like this video, please leave a like, comment, and share. And also, for the newcomers, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Make sure to hit the bell notification button so that way you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next.